I'm wired.
All right. Thank you, Rashmi. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. What is the role I'm going to play out here? I'm going to try and replicate what I try and do on my television shows. So if I had the three guests out there, when I was reviewing this phone, this is exactly what I would do. Now, the gutsy thing that all three of you are doing is it's never a good idea to actually trust a journalist and say, come in and not have any questions from before, and then say, I'm cool to come in here and answer all your questions. So that's the risk you both have, all three of you have taken. The other part of it is it's not going to be just a panel discussion. I'm going to change it into a debate. The fun part of it is that every time I'll ask a question, I'll also have a pre-question to that, which is going to be a label called The Nation Wants to Know. Right, so we'll go with that. It can't be just exclusive to one person. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start off with you, Shripal. So, you've actually pulled off, I actually was, when you said what could be the price, I wasn't looking at you at that time. I turned around and looked at everybody in the audience, and then you started getting your guesses, right? Of, I mean, you even got a 18,000 and a 15,000, which is great because you priced it at 6,999. So you pulled out all the stops for this one, from the optics from Samsung, from the processor from Qualcomm, from the a sharp screen, a great amount of software that you've put in. Shocker is the full HD screen, right? I mean, at this price point, and it's a very good-looking phone. So obviously, and I have one more thing that I must point out. All the selfies, did you notice every selfie that was shown, only girls were shown. So does it not take good selfies with men? Only good-looking selfies?
I spared for today's event, Rajiv.
Only for today, okay. But obviously the question comes down that this is a no-compromise phone at an incredible price. So all of us want to know, I'm just playing devil's advocate from every single journalist here, a great group of people here. How have you managed it? I mean, you've obviously done something no one's done before. How did you do this?
Rajiv, that's a very interesting question. I think to develop the product and to bring it to reality is very, very important. And we've been working on it for a while, for almost close to 6 months, last 6 months. What is really unique to Swipe is, if you see history, our legacy has been from concept to product. Our best has been in less than 60 days. From concept, which means industrial design, mechanical design, PCBA, solution, integration, and the goods in India, right? All these flat in 60 days. So that's been our strength from day one. And I have been in US for 6 years, working with various consumer electronics, nanotechnology companies. So wherein I was working on developing touchscreen for iPhones before iPhone were introduced through a nanotechnology startup. And the whole experience revolved around mobile devices, building the devices far more cost effective. But I think when I moved back to India, the school of thought was very different. Today, irrespective of the feature spec, all of us would agree. I think Indian buyer is the smartest buyer in the whole world, and very, very wise. So what we really worked on is the experience to the team. I think I allude whatever bit of success which we have tested till now is huge credit goes to our team, absolute rockstar team with background from Nokia, higher PCBA designs, whether it is on software side, Google, Yahoo, MTV, Red Bull on brand side. So very, very strong, incredible team on board, which has already got their hands on for more than decades or so, with a cumulative management experience of almost 80 plus years. And third reason is the whole control on supply chain. See, when the product is designed, one way is to go to an OEM and say, hey, I like this. This is what we would like to private label. But I think our strength has been to work from the scratch. So you say, Shripal, can we develop 6 mm, 5 mm metal phone? And we can bring this in reality in 60 days.
Did you just make an announcement of your next phone? Is that what it is? A 5 mm metal phone? Is that the next one?
No disclosure, guys. But the most important thing is really go below the layer. So any industry you take, right? You take distribution, you got super stockish, distributor, dealer, offline. Same is the case even when it comes to product design. There are large ODMs who outsource it to small ODM outsource it to different components. So our strength lies in directly going to a component level so that we save that delta, whatever delta we are able to save. And that's a pretty substantial delta, especially for a high-spec phone like this. For a feature phone, it may be few percent, 3 to 5%. For a smartphone, it may be 8 to 10%. For a high-spec phone like this, it is substantial. And I think our intent has been completely pass it on to end consumer because I think we've been overwhelmed with their support for the whole Elite series and create a dent in this space because there is, as you rightly said, full HD is absolutely like a cherry on the cake because there is no phone in the whole country today which is like less than, let's say, 9K, 10K and still is giving full HD. So those are the three reasons why we've been able to kind of crank out and still get a rockstar product without compromising at 699.
Congratulations on that. Quick question to you, Sachin. So there used to be a time when the spec war was at its fullest, and a processor was only spoken about in terms of the core or speed, right? Nothing else. Today, this is a new era where in the last year or two, saying Snapdragon or Qualcomm is part of the branding exercise. How have you achieved this? I mean, you've gone from something where it was deep inside, no consumer cared about it, to this now becoming something people put out on the box, that this is what's inside. How have you achieved this?
So it's a very good question you ask. Qualcomm Snapdragon brand strategies driven by the features and the experiences it enables. We've been trying to enable experiences which are sort of liked by the users, and that is creating a preference for devices with Snapdragon in it. That doesn't come automatically. As you said, you have to do it ground up. And that's what we have been trying to do. Not only just focus on one or two aspects, which is CPU or GPU, or just the speed aspect of the modem, right? We've been trying to design everything holistically to make sure that the overall experience on a smartphone is really compelling to the end user. And that's what is very, very important. Many times people will market one aspect of a phone or a processor. Correct. That is not the right way because you will be losing out on the other aspects. So when we look at the consumer, we want to provide them a holistic experience. Hence, the positioning of the Snapdragon processor is at the heart of the devices you love. That's how we have positioned it.
You positioned it like a brand. It's actually,
as a brand.
When you say Snapdragon, it becomes a brand for people to say, yes, that's what I have on my phone. That's an interesting strategy for sure.
And then Snapdragon, when we try to talk about features, we have done customizations for CPUs, we have GPUs, we have enabled camera experiences under multiple different conditions because camera is a very, very sensitive area. We have enabled a lot of leading edge audio experiences and so on and so forth. And OEMs, they do a wonderful job of pulling all those technologies together to create beauties like Elite Plus.
Great, thank you. So now time for the Flipkart question, and this is the interesting one. I think everybody anyway will want to know, and I'm going to find out from you first. So from the time that I've spent analyzing technology, this is a disruptor. There's no two ways about it. One of the reasons why I thought having all of you on stage would be interesting. But I think you're going to have some serious success with this one on Flipkart. So please tell everybody I really hope it's not going to be a flash sale product.
Did you just answer
everybody wants to know that, right? Is it going to be again that unbelievably unpopular flash sale?
Okay. So Rajiv, I think you already answered the question. Should I say that? So, I'll just give you a small background. I think we discussed this product around 4 months back, Tripal, right? When it was on the drawing board.
Correct.
And when he gave me an idea about the product, the price, the specs, I was just blown away, absolutely blown away. And when he finally revealed the price to me, I was like, wow, And just to disappoint you at that moment, I thought this is a perfect model for a flash sale, a crazy offering, super value, and a disruptive price. But then we deliberated, and then I think towards the end we realized that flash sale, as you just mentioned, to some users it might be slightly unpopular. And
that's being very subtle. To some users, slightly unpopular. Can we take a quick vote? All the people, this is the super media out here, okay? Yeah. How many people, they are the ones who actually are in touch with the consumers. This is when they write or do a review, this is why people buy. How many of you think flash sales should be banned forever? How many? That's about, okay, there are a few that still like it,
They still like the flash sales
that's
more.
95% are saying ban it.
Okay. So we decided against the flash sale model for this phone. We thought we will not want consumers to wait for this offering. I already saw when Sripal announced the price, people were wow. I don't want people to wait for it. So just to add to Sripal's comment in the slide, we'll start sales 6 June Monday via an open sale. No flash sales.
Great, excellent. Let's give that a big hand, and hopefully every single time now you will make announcements will be the same. So are you ready? I mean, this could be a very large number.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah,
Equipped?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
You're equipped. Okay. So now one quick fire question to each of you. Okay, and then we'll move on. I'm sure there are lots of things they want to talk to you about. Okay. So this could be, you've done very well till now, but sometimes in the history or the legacy of a brand comes a product that takes a company from good to great. What happens if you were, let's say, to sell 1 million of these in one shot? What happens to swipe the brand? Where do you go there? Will you then become and carry on only trying to be the economy king? Do you want to move up on the price chain? What happens with swipe?
So, Rajiv, we are from day one, we've been very clear, and I think that's the trap where you want to do everything, you want to do flagship, you want to do affordable, but I think we've been very focused and very clear. We want to focus on the affordable segment and be there on the upper end of the affordable segment. So I think that's our strategy. That is what we are going to play our cards on, which is as I said, our range is $65 to $230. But I think I am looking at it, if you see even the Flipkart or the Elite product evolution started with 4666 for a 4G phone. Then it went to 5999. Then it went to 7999 for a 3GB product. So I think we are very focused. We want to drive this because we see the growth. The reason for that is we see the growth and we see ourselves as a brand, as a company, as people, our DNA, we are able to resonate here and create a much bigger impact than do maybe a 15,000, 20,000 rupees phone and sell a few of them.
Which is the feature you're really looking forward to? You've been obviously working hard at every part of the phone. We'll only get to now review the phone when we get our hands on it. What's the feature you're really looking forward to?
So I tend to think that from the consumer's point of view, all the features are very important. Many times, mobile connectivity part of the feature gets sort of, that story gets untold or undersold in the market. And that's a very important story to tell actually, because despite a faster processor, faster GPU, if you do not have the right connectivity, right, your processor is going to be waiting on the data and that brings the whole productivity down. So connectivity is very critical. We at Qualcomm take great care in not just believing in the number, which is say 150 Mbps or whatever, that is just a peak speed, right? You have to create a lot of additional experiences, technologies around it to make sure that you get a better experience. I'll give you some examples. We have enabled features like Qualcomm True Signal. There is uplink data compression. There is HD voice, and so on. There's a laundry list, which provide a better overall experience where your processor doesn't have to wait, essentially. You are connected. And one cool feature that I see on this phone is multi-mode, where you have 3G, CDMA, etc. So no matter where you are, you have the connectivity.
World phone.
So that's
good. Usually when we review it, that may not be one of the things that comes top of mind. So this is my last question. It's to all three of you. I'll come first to you and then come down this way. So India went through what they first said from feature phone to smartphone. Okay, so the smartphone war was first a spec war.
Yeah.
Then we just went through what most people call a price war.
Yeah.
But more or less people are now saying the spec war and the price war is over.
Yeah.
What's the next war in smartphones?
So, as you rightly mentioned, Rajiv, that the spec war and the price war is now over. There's only one lower level that the brands can reach. It's a cutthroat competitive market here. So what we strongly believe at Flipkart is that the next war, if you could call it, is the price to experience war. Or, as Shripal just mentioned, what is the kind of value that you can offer to an Indian consumer for his share of wallet? It could be, at a 6999 phone, offering him crazy experiences, components that are seen in very high-end phones, or it could be in terms of differentiated experience, which goes beyond, simple memory and camera and all those configurations. So what kind of experience or what kind of a value you can offer to the end consumers at an X price point is, I think, which will drive the future of Indian smartphones more than a smartphone price or a spec war.
What do you think?
No, I agree with him, with Ashish, that experience is going to be the ultimate deciding factors. How all the multiple technologies on a phone, they work together to provide a seamless experience, and how those innovative technologies are brought to the consumer by our leading partners and OEMs, that is going to be a defining thing.
So you get the last word. You've already defined quite a bit on stage, but when the price and the spec war is over, what's left?
I think it's about the solution. So to me, when the spec is over, price is over, now it's not about hardware anymore. Neither it is about software anymore. Yes, we can talk about experience as a amalgamation of hardware plus software, but I look at it as a solution. I think that is going to create a
It in my mind. Before I say thank you to all of you, I'm going to find out after this awesome media and journalist collection out here heard both the specs and the price. I'm going to go to one or two of them to find out what's the headline they are coming up with. So let me start from here. So what's your headline when you get this story out? How are you going to report it? Just the headline.
My headline will go that Swipe Lite Plus is come with a great price.
Okay, so it's the price war you just won with him right now. What's yours?
Hi, it's definitely going to be Swipe. Looking forward to an overall experience that's unparalleled.
Okay, so experience done, price done. Let's see if there's one third. Anybody with what's your headline, sir? Can I get a mic to him?
गांधी जी आपको बधाई हो स्वाइप को क्योंकि
धन्यवाद.
वो की भर है ठीक है लेकिन प्राइस जो आपने इतना खास करके गांव को ध्यान में रखते हुए युवाओं को लेके इसके लिए आपको हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं.
धन्यवाद. Thank you.
All right. That's another headline. Congratulations, Swipe. That could be a good headline. Okay, the last one. I'm going to get one from you.
Slide it, swipe it.
Slide it, swipe it, and you can absolutely afford it, right? I mean, so that's another headline. So congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you
Well
very
done,
much.
very well put
Thank you
together.
very much, Raju.
I wish you the best of
Fantastic.
success.
Thank you
And
very much,
after, you want to make an announcement that if you hit 1 million handsets, anything special for all of us?
Stay tuned for more updates.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Raju.
Thank you very much.
Sanjeev.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you, Ashish.